success. We help bookkeepers, male and female, leave their 9 to 5 or start a side hustle in the realm of bookkeeping. We both own our own bookkeeping practice and work with a team totaling 15 other coaches who also own and operate their own bookkeeping firm. And we get asked questions all the time, how to run a bookkeeping business well. And so we just wanted to jump on. That's what this channel is all about, is answering those questions and getting you to the next step. Megan, what are we talking about today?
So one of the recent questions that I've gotten was, what are some examples of things that you do for your clients? So we get asked that all the time, like some people don't even really understand, like, what does a bookkeeper do? So like coding the transactions, categorizing them, making sure they're coded to the correct expense, income accounts, reconciling the accounts at the end of the month, making sure everything's there from the bank accounts, cash, all that stuff, and then providing financials at the end of the month. It's kind of like a very broad overview of what we would do for like our bookkeeping clients and stuff.
Yeah, so what does that look like on like a monthly basis? So you have Susie down the street, florist, comes to you with, can you please do my bookkeeping? You sign her on as a client. What does that look like during the month?
So the first thing would be to go in and code all the transactions that pull in from the bank accounts, from the credit cards, stuff like that. And then the next thing would be to reconcile the accounts. So compare everything that's in QuickBooks or whatever accounting software that you're using, to the actual bank statements and credit card statements. Make sure all of that stuff matches, and then provide balance sheets, profit and loss to the clients.
So you mentioned QuickBooks Online. Do I have to use QuickBooks Online if I'm thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, or could I use anything I'm familiar with or just want to use? Do I have options?
Yeah, definitely could use anything. In our coaching business, we have several coaches who use different programs and stuff as well. QuickBooks Online is one of the more popular that people use if you're wanting to start a bookkeeping business, but there's several other accounting softwares out there as well.
Some of the questions we've gotten are around starting a bookkeeping business. You know, I think a lot of stay-at-home parents get into this. You know, they've tried MLMs, they've tried selling to friends and family. That's not very fun. How much talking to people do you have to do as a bookkeeper?
As far as like once they sign a client, or
so there's marketing.
Yeah,
talk to people to market, right? So I think I've had some conversations with people who really just don't want to talk to people, but the reality is there is some talking to people. There's talking to the clients if you have questions or they have questions, which can be done primarily via email, a workflow system, text, things like that. We have a coach in the group who is really good about not picking up the phone and talking to her clients, and she just surpassed 6 figures really in her first full year doing bookkeeping. She obviously came from a financial background, but she does a really good job of setting that boundary. But she does talk to clients to market in discovery calls as different things come up. A lot of it's on her terms though. Right.
Yep, and that's important. Like if you don't want to do a lot of the phone calls, that type of stuff, you set those boundaries from day one with the clients, then they're usually okay with that. You know, you just have to set those boundaries and stick to them.
Yeah. So while it's definitely like it's still a customer service based industry, but I think there's a lot you can do, especially if you have little ones around. I have a lot of little ones. talking on the phone is not conducive to business. It's not going to go well for them or for me. As I have kids crawling at my back trying to like. So I literally had a call like that one day. I was like, this is gonna continue and put some better boundaries in place. So yeah, so we talked, so reconciling, making sure the financial data for the business is categorized properly for the financials. Some bookkeepers take on accounts payable, so bill pay for clients, processing payroll through like a third party. We personally don't recommend calculating and processing payroll yourself. It could be filing sales tax. It could be filing 1099s at the end of the year. It could be invoicing for clients. It also doesn't have to be any of those things. So I think bookkeeping is a very flexible industry, but at the basis of it is presenting and maintaining a business's financials. Okay.
Yep. Most definitely.
So just real quick before we hop off, some things that a bookkeeper doesn't do. They don't audit financials. They're not looking for fraud. If it's obvious, we obviously disclose it, but we're not looking for fraud. We're not doing anything a CPA would do or signing off on. So that would be auditing financials. A bookkeeper who's not also doing taxes, not a trained tax preparer, would be not doing taxes. Some bookkeepers have tax preparers do the 1099 so that they don't have to do them. Sales tax, same thing. What else don't we do? We're not virtual assistants in the sense of email management, taking ad hoc tasks from clients. Obviously, you could set up your business to kind of be a merge of both, but that's not typical for a bookkeeper.
Right.
Obviously, we'll be talking more about that. If you want to join our Facebook group, it is a free group. We love answering questions there. If you have questions, more questions, and want to continue the conversation there, we would love to chat with you. It's called Moms on a Mission Bookkeeping Support. So moms and dads bookkeeping support on Facebook. We'll link it in the description below. Feel free to comment any questions that you have, say hi. We want to get to know you. More than that, we want to see you hit your goals in 2023.
Most definitely.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.